Halacha Yomi. We're on page 152. So we were talking about what clothes are you allowed to wear, and it's not considered carrying in the Reshut Rabim. So 46, a garment that is worn to protect your body, you're allowed to wear it in Reshut Rabim. But a garment that is meant only to protect your clothing, you cannot wear in Reshut Rabim, right? And it has to be worn normally. So let's say you have a hat, right? You have a hat. So a hat is to protect you, right? So you're allowed to wear the hat. But what if you're wearing something on top of your hat to protect your hat? So that'll be considered carrying even though you're wearing it, right? So let's say a person puts a bag on top of it's raining outside, he puts a bag on top of his hat so his hat doesn't get wet. He's carrying the bag basically. He's considered carrying the bag. 47. One may wear an item in the normal manner in order to transport it to a new domain, even if only a minority of people would wear it. Okay, 48. One may even wear two pieces of clothing on top of each other, even though you only need one piece of clothing. And you may wear the second piece of clothing on behalf of someone else who needs it brought it to him. So let's say I forgot my jacket at somebody's house, and you're coming there anyways. You're coming from there anyways. So you say, oh, he forgot his jacket, I'll take it for him. How? You can't carry in Reshut Rabim. I'll wear it. I'll wear two jackets, one on top of the other. I'm allowed to do that? Yes, you're allowed to do that. Even though the other guy doesn't need it. Even though I don't need it, it's only for the other guy. Okay, are you allowed to wear suspenders? Yes. So wearing suspenders, Reshut Rabim is allowed. It's considered wearing a belt. 51. You're allowed to wear a jacket, even in a hot place on Shabbat at Reshut Rabim. We have no concern that you might take it off. Meaning, because when it's hot, usually people take off their jacket, right? And they might carry it. No, you're allowed to go outside wearing the jacket. If you wear the jacket, you're allowed to be wearing the jacket. We're not concerned you're going to take it off. Now, what happens if I don't want to wear my jacket the regular way? I want to wear it. Some people, when they're hot, they wear the jacket over their shoulders, but not their sleeves inside, right? They wear the sleeves are empty, just dangling off the sides. But he's just the jacket over his shoulders. You know, when the man gives his wife a jacket, she's cold. That's how she wears it. She just puts the over her shoulders. She doesn't put her arms inside. So that a guy wants to wear it like that. He wants to wear. He's hot, so he wants to wear it just over his shoulders. Over there, 52. When wearing any article of clothing, one must wear the clothing in a normal manner of wearing it. This means A. One may take his arms out of the sleeves of a jacket and wear it draped over his shoulders on a hot day, but it's proper to be stringent and wear the jacket normally. So technically, you have what to rely on. What about if I have my talit? My talit, and I forgot to bring my talit to shul before. So I have to go shachrit in the morning. So I want to bring my talit to shul. So what do? I can't carry it in a bag like I regularly do. So I have to wear it. I have to wear my talit to shul. I have to walk, and I have to walk home wearing my talit also. Right? One may wear his talit in Reshut Rabim, public domain, provided that it's wrapped at least below his shoulders. The talit may even be worn under your clothing. If one wears the talit only around his neck, it's prohibited because that's not considered wearing the talit. Some people, they don't know, they wear it like a scarf, and that's not allowed according to Halacha, especially for carrying on Shabbat. Okay, C. One should not walk in a Reshut Rabim with a tie that is only draped around his neck and not properly tied and fastened. Since it's not the normal way to wear a tie. Some people, they come to shul with the two sides of the tie just like this around their neck. And they do it, they fix it in shul. You're not allowed to walk like that at home. You're not allowed to walk like that outside on Shabbat in Reshut Rabim, because that's called carrying. It's not called wearing a tie, right? D. One may walk in Reshut Rabim or the long coat or a skirt and lift its hem when walking through puddles or snow. Let's say a person is walking through something that's going to get dirty. He's allowed to go like this and pick it up, and it's not considered carrying. 1E. One may roll his sleeves up when walking in Reshut Rabim, even if he's wearing a jacket on top of the shirt. 53. Even though nighttime is not the time for mitzvah tzitzit, all the best. It's not the time for mitzvah tzitzit. Nevertheless, one may wear talit at night and Reshut Rabim, even though it's let's say you're waking up for nets, right? So it's not time for talit yet, and you need to bring your talit to shul. So I'll wear my talit, even though it's not zman talit yet, and I'm gonna go to shul to have my talit for shachrit. And it's night. It's not time for mitzvah. Still, you're allowed to wear it because it's considered you're wearing it as a clothing, and it's not considered that you're carrying it without bracha, right? 54. If one has a talit or a tzitzit that's pasul, you're not allowed to walk with it. It's considered carrying. Let's say one of the corners rips off completely, chas shalom. So no strings on one corner. So now you're not wearing tzitzit. You're wearing. It's a sur to wear this thing. Actually, you have to take it off as soon as you can. But you should know if you walk like that to shul, you also transgress carrying, because it's not considered you wore the tzitzit. It's not tzitzit. You're wearing a random garment. It's not considered clothing. However, if the reason why the tzitzit are pasul is because too small, and one does not intend to remove the tzitzit, it may be worn Reshut Rabim. Okay, besed. What about scarf? A person is allowed to wear a scarf in Reshut Rabim in the usual way around your neck. Good.
Allowed or not allowed with scarf?
Scarf is allowed. Mutar. Yes, mutar. 57. And one's hat is too loose. He risks it being blown off his head by the wind, and he's going to end up carrying it to Reshut Rabim. Therefore, you should only wear a hat that's firmly fit on your head when you go outside Reshut Rabim. Okay. Sometimes people, they put the paper inside the hat when it's too big. So they put paper to stuff it in to make it tight. He says in such a thing, even though the paper is not attached to the hat, you're allowed to wear the hat like that in Reshut Rabim. Okay, 59. Buttons. Buttons that are on a garment as a form of decorations, like what? These used to be functional. If you have a nice jacket, real fancy jacket, then it's going to be functional. You're going to be able to open them. Because let's say they used to say doctors used to have to open their jacket to be able to do whatever they need to do. So most of them are there for decoration today. If it's not a fancy jacket, so the buttons don't work. They're just there for decoration. So what happens, such as the buttons on the sleeves or in the back of a long coat. Right? So let's say you wear a frock, right? You wear a frock, and they have buttons on the back, right? So what are those buttons for? They're just for decoration. They're not really functional buttons, right? They're considered part of the garment, and that's not considered carrying those buttons. It's not, because that's part of the garment. 60. What if you have extra buttons? Let's say sometimes you have a jacket. If one of these buttons breaks, so you have extra sewn over here, extra buttons. Over there, it's praiseworthy to remove them, but technically you're not obligated to do so. Or some people have collar stays. And these things, the metal or plastic, you put in the collar so it stays sharp, doesn't bend, right? So it's permitted to use collar stays on Shabbat and walk with them in the Reshut Rabim.
Is the scarf considered still a beged or it's not?
Yes, it's a beged. 62. It is permitted to wear a coat that has a hood in Reshut Rabim, even though you're not using the hood. This is even if it's permitted, even if it's not sewn onto the coat, even if it's only attached via a zipper. Similarly, one may use a coat that has a belt, even though no one is not using the belt when he's rocking Reshut Rabim. Some people have these jackets, these the ones that the detectives wear, those raincoats, the what are they called? Trench coat. Yeah, it has a belt. So you're allowed to wear this belt and go outside Reshut Rabim. It's not attached to the jacket. It's just through the loops. Yes, you're allowed to walk with that or under Reshut Rabim. 63. Bulovka. Some people, right? They have, let's say, happened to me one time. There's a stitch on the back of the tie that keeps this part from opening, right? So if this stitch, right? You see the stitch? If this stitch breaks, so the whole tie starts unraveling. So it goes like this. So let's say a person puts a bulovka, puts a safety pin over here to keep this together, and he wants to walk in Reshut Rabim. There's no eruv. So now maybe he's carrying this safety pin. So he says one may use a safety pin on Shabbat to hold one's clothing together, even in Reshut Rabim.
Sounds like a sort of fixing or?
No, we learned in Tofer that you're allowed to use a safety pin on Shabbat. We learned that before. 64 is permitted to wear a tie clip. Some people wear a tie clip. And Reshut Rabim, you're allowed to wear that. What about this? They put a handkerchief over here in the suit. One may not walk in the Reshut Rabim with a handkerchief on Shabbat if there's no eruv. However, it's permitted if it's sewn into the garment. If it's sewn. So putting it here, or putting it in your pocket is the same thing. This is a pocket. So what? It's a little bit stylish, but it's not part of the. It's not.
Flour and all that other stuff that they have.
Oh, flour. Well, we'll see. We'll see. It might be different. But this is considered. You just put it in a pocket. Put it in a pocket. It's like you put it in your pocket. So therefore, it'd be asur to walk with a handkerchief on Shabbat. Okay. Pins. Oh, good. You're asking a good question. Let's see, where's the pins? Let's see if I can see it over here. Where is it? Is it over here? Like a brooch. Ladies, they wear brooches.
Yeah.
I have to see. I don't see it right now. Okay, let's see. Let's finish over here. Some coats have lining, removable lining inside. That you're allowed to wear also. And Reshut Rabim. 69. It is proper to be stringent before Shabbat. Remove any tags They are not sewn into the clothing. Sometimes tags they have you're supposed to yank it off, right? It's not sewn into the clothing. You're supposed to rip it off. Over there, it's considered mutar to go outside, but preferably you should remove it. Okay. Some people they have headbands, or sometimes the people have long beards. They fold their beard, or they wrap up their beard and put a rubber band and fold their beard. He says all those are also allowed to. We won't put. Are allowed to be carried in Shut Rabim, allowed to be worn in Shut Rabim. A lady has clips in her hair, or let's say a guy has kippah clips. These are also considered like wearing a belt. It'll be mutar. Baruch Olam. Amen. Amen.